Hello and welcome to another video brought to you by the good people at FM20 Today we're going to be reviewing Season 5, sorry that was 10, Season 5 of the Wolverhampton Wonderkids. Some really good signings to show you, really excited, some interesting developments this season. Now before we start, do not forget to like the video if you appreciate what we do here. It really helps us out a lot. Subscribe if you are new, click the notification bell, you'll never miss a video. Why should you subscribe? Well, every Monday we've got Wonderkids videos going up. Every Wednesday we've got this Wolverhampton Wonderkids save going up, and you don't want to miss next week. Oh my god, you do not want to miss next week. And every Friday we've got our Man United Let's Play as well. So like, subscribe, leave a comment, and share it with your family and friends. Thank you very much. Anyway, so without further ado, let's dive in to the season, what we've had in season number 5 with the Wolverhampton Wonderkids. We'll start off with our transfers because we do like to start off with our transfers. Who doesn't? So, we'll start off with the outs. Who went out? So, who went out? Hugo Lopez went to Santander for 240 quid. Don't even know who he is. So did Joe O'Shaughnessy. Cheap. Reina back out on loan to Valencia. Still couldn't get his work permit. He's only played 5 under 20 caps. He's not been capped for his country yet. And we waited until his birthday in January, on January the 19th. And I'll never forget his birthday, and that drives me insane. But his birthday is January 19th. We waited until he's 22, thought the work permit would come in, didn't come in. Got to loan him out to Valencia. Remember that team, right? Valencia. So we loaned him out to Valencia. Matt Doherty had his testimonial last season. No, at the start of the season. We'll have to look at the schedule. Anyway, so we shipped him out at the start of this season. He's done well for us, but look, you can see his pace started to go. And that's not what we want in our fullback positions. We need that pace. Out then. Freitas went out on loan. Looks like a good prospect, this guy. But we couldn't guarantee him games. So he's gone out, hopefully to come back all the stronger. Patricio went. Maybe we'll let him go a bit early, but yeah, his pace was gone, his shot, his strength's gone now as well. This is the end of the season now, mind. He's a little bit better at the start, but we shipped him out to put faith in Dewhurst and Belcombe. Next up, Connor Carty loaned out. Don't know who he is. Belecha Veleso. Now, this was one of the Portuguese guys we bought in just because we knew we had to bring Portuguese guys in, so we found the best one we could. But this one, oh my god, a regen, he's going to be insane. Look at, well, he's already insane. He's only 20 years old, look at that. But we loaned him out because, again, we couldn't guarantee him games. So we loaned him out to the Premier League team, West Ham. I think we took him back in January. We'll have a little look now when we get to the schedule. Georgie Santos, the Welsh-Portuguese lad, went out on loan. Terry Taylor went out on loan again. Terry Taylor is probably never going to be good enough, to be fair. Should have kept him in the 21s, just playing this season, because we've loaned out too many players. What I mean by that is we loaned out so many players that we didn't have enough people for our under-21s to stay competitive in the under-21s league, if that makes any sense at all. Okay, so that's the outs. Where are they now? Who cares? Ali Smith was one of the ins. Now, he is going to be insane. His potential ability is through the roof. He's an English striker. Well, he's actually just been capped for Holland, but he was born in England. He's going to be really, 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 really good. He is going to replace Erling Haaland eventually. Or, check this out, play alongside him. So next in was Besic from Bayern Munich. Why can't I remember that signing? Is he very young? Oh, he's very young. So we brought him in to fill the under-21s or to fill the under-18s because, again, he's got a lot of potential, but nowhere near the first team yet. Max Aarons. Now, and I apologise for the obscene amount of money that we spent on Max Aarons because he is at best average. But we couldn't really find, because, let me remind you the rules, we can only buy under 23 players. We could only buy Wonderkids basically, or promising under 23s. We couldn't find a better right back than Max Aarons that we could get. So he's not bad, but he's not 56 million, is he, to be fair? But he's got everything we need, just about. Kongs was another one for the youth. So we bought him in, German guy, potential 16, stick him in the youth setup. Will come good after a few years, hopefully, maybe step into the first team. Didn't spend much on him. That was in January. Another one in January. Actually, we signed 3 guys in January purely for the youth setup. This guy as well, Stark, German. So we signed 3 German youthies, really. But look at that determination of 18 when he's 16 years old. That's quite good. Bergman as well. We've got high hopes for Bergman. We spent 13 million on him. He's a young guy. But he's going to be a good centre-back in the future. What do you think? I think he's going to be fantastic. And my scout agrees with me. So there. But he's not ready yet. But he's one for the future. So that's the ins and outs. So a total ins of 83 million and a total outs of 27 million. Now, I'm no mathematician. So I'm not going to tell you what our net spend was, but about 50 million, something like that. Literally just plucking that figure out of it. Plucking it out. No calculators. It's probably very, very wrong. We'll go to the squad next before we give you a sneak preview of the actual review. Hold on a second. Okay, so this is the team. We'll go to this section here. And we'll go to this section here. So Dewhurst was our goalkeeper. Johnny was our right back. Hoy stepped up to play the majority of games in centre midfield. What I'll actually do, if I go to the selection, that's a good idea. If I go to the selection info screen, we can find out exactly how many games people played. And then we'll have a bit more of an idea. So Johnny played right back. Daniel Hoy played 51 games, so he definitely stepped in there. Onguini was in and out for Van Huyston, who actually played 33. So Van Huyston was really the go-to guy there. Duros was our left back, but again, Johnny would step in and Aarons would play. Actually, this is more like what the first team was generally. So Max Aarons would play and Johnny would play on the left, and then Dewhurst would come in as our first fullback kind of replacement with Aarons and Johnny rotating. Because he's still only young, we didn't want to put too much pressure on him, but he still played 30 games. Like, he's a wonder kid. He's going to be absolutely class. But Johnny will go soon enough. He's 30 years old now. So it's quite good succession planning there from us, if we do say so ourselves. Nevi boy, still class in that DM role. Tonali and Cousins, that's still our 3 in the middle. And then right midfield, Gelhardt really did perform well in that role, although he only played 20 games. Myself, I was playing Jota there. My assistant, he was playing Gelhardt there. I was playing Vinny Jr. there. You get the picture. There's a conflict. 31 games for Dembele. So Dembele was playing there actually probably more than Gelhardt and more than Jota. So Dembele there. But you get the gist. So Dembele, Jota and Haaland, or Gelhardt Jr., Haaland. My words are getting mixed up. Cotrone only managed 8 games. I had to come in and manage the team in January and just give people games. Sometimes it works out to my detriment, but I managed to get Jota happy again, and then he's gone unhappy. He's never happy. And Cotrone the same. I managed to get him happy just by giving him 8 games in total. He wasn't very good. He didn't play very good. He's got good stats, but he gets unhappy and then he doesn't play very well. Okay, so then going through the subs then. Belcombe, first sub for goalkeeper. Actually getting really good. Look at the stats actually. We haven't looked at those yet. Dewhurst, probably Belcombe's probably actually doing better than him in terms of stats. Hoy is stepping up there. Look at that. Absolutely some downward spikes there, but it's off season, it's end of season. Tonali and Neves, obviously absolutely smashing it. Cuisance, unsung hero in the middle. Vinny Jr., absolutely insane. banging them in by all intents and purposes. 15 goals. But look at that, Haaland. People talk about this match engine and not scoring goals all over Twitter. Look at that, 53 games, 46 goals. What's wrong with you? Just buy this guy, Erling Haaland. Get him in your bloody team. Okay, so that is it. Next up, we'll go to our tactics. Very similar to last season. In fact, yeah, we brought in some more individual instructions this season, okay? So a little bit more detail today in terms of tactics. So let me just find out here. So in terms of Aaron's, just trying to find out what we changed here and when we changed it. Cross from the byline is what we did have on there. Bang, yeah, cross from byline. Sorry there, I was just struggling with the way this FM20 works compared to the old games. So Aaron's, we had crossing from the byline and easing off tackles. The reason for that, and don't forget, if you're a patron, you can download all the tactics that we use. We update the Patreon site every month, so you'll get all the new tactics and all the new shortlists and everything. So if you want to become a patron, you really will be supporting the channel, and you can get all the benefits of that as well. So all the tactics that we use, all the shortlists that we use in our Wonderkids videos as well. So become a patron. Aaron's, crosses from byline and eases off tackles. The reasons for that is because we don't want to give away loads of fouls in these dangerous areas, because we found that we were doing that and conceding some goals from set pieces. And we want to cross from the byline because our inside forwards are coming in here quite a lot, coming into this position to play in there and dribble. We want Aaron's to come up here and put in dangerous balls from this position here. That is what we want to happen. If you cross from deep, yes, could be good, but it has to be a great delivery, and we'd much rather get it to the byline and whip it back, because it's a lot more dangerous. Same for Johnny, cross from byline and ease off tackles for the same two reasons. Ease off tackles for our two centre backs as well, because we don't want to give away. We don't want to be giving away penalties and free kicks, soft free kicks on the edge of the box. Dewhurst, no individuals. Neves, pass more directly. That was my Neves passing more directly animation. Shoot less often is annoying because it affects, conflicts with Neves's natural inclination to shoot him more often. But it's fine. We don't necessarily want to be shooting from this position, but when we do, we know we got the boy to do it. Cuisance and Tonali then, just box to box. Why can't I click on the man? Why can't I click on my man? Anyway, they're just box to box. I think Tonali maybe. Excuse me, 1 second while I just take Tonali off so I can click on my man. Yeah, both exactly the same. Let's get him out there, he doesn't belong there. Both exactly the same. I thought for a second we might have Tonali passing more direct as well, but we don't. Okay, then, when it comes to our inside forwards, bang, we have them tackling harder, but that's part of the team mentality anyway. So we don't mind giving away fouls there. We don't mind pushing hard, tackling high up the pitch. That's fine, get aggressive. Haaland there. We do have on shoot more often at one point. We do change that at one point, but not for this season. We didn't. Okay, so our mentality then, for the majority of the season, we went for attacking. Okay, we pushed it up a notch. We went for attacking. We changed our roles. We got attacking, 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 attacking. It's automatic, but you'll see here, you can't see my hand pointing, can you? Just follow my cursor. You see these greens here? They will change with your mentality. So if I put it down to balance, it changed from attacking to support. You already know this, I'm sure. So we go back to attacking. When we had this on support. Now, it's because we're a tactical genius, really. This is why we do this. So we want a nice even amount of numbers. We want the amount of numbers that Football Manager says we should have. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and we snuck the goalkeeper in as well. So we got 5 attacking mentalities, 1, 2, 3 defensives. No, never have any less than 3, and generally you don't really want any more either, to be fair. Defenders, 2 supporters, plus 1 little bonus, buddy bonus there. Okay, in possession then, standard width, playing out of defence, of course, passing into space, of course, because we are Gegen, a pressing, extremely high tempo. Extremely high tempo. Be more expressive, just to throw them off a little bit, just for my guys to, just so they're not so rigid in, must follow the boss's instructions, blah, blah, blah. Listen, if you want to try a cross turn or do a bit of sexy football, carry on, lads. Do you know what I mean? Get creative. We want you to have fun out on the pitch. At least that's the way I look at it. Counter press, counter, never been changed for us. Distribute to centre backs, never been changed for us, although I'm thinking of changing it. More to come on that. Just to do that, really, maybe. Yeah, just do that. Maybe I'll do that. But anyway, this is how we played. And we played with a much higher defensive line. You can drop it back, but the reason I got this is to try and be nice and compact rather than being too open. Some may say that's too high, and you might be right. I bring it back there. God, what am I doing now? But listen, this is how we play. Very, very high, aggressive football. Prevent short kicks and get stuck in. So that's the tactics for this season. We'll go on to our Ass-Man reports. We've got our squad depth. It loads up here. Paddy Cliver is still our assistant manager, doing a good job. The way I look at this report is I'd have Hale and Haaland there with Catrone as the backup, Vinny Jr. there, Jota as the backup. Stop me if you need anything repeating. Dembele and Gerrard there very much with Nicky Smith as our wonder kid. Right winger, would have to change his role if he played there. He does come in and get a couple of games. Tonali and Cuisance there with the backups of Bellingham, and Veloso does come back in January, like I said. Like I said earlier, if you're paying attention, viewers, come on, let's go. Johnny / Giroud's left back, Aaron's / Johnny right back with the backup of Jack Scott if things got really bad. He's our youthy. We spoke about him before. Daniel Hoy is our first choice centre back, and then these two fighting it out for the second place. This guy we sent out on loan, he's going to come in and probably do a job for us next season. Do hits of Belcombe. Yes, probably the weakest area of our squad, but again, when we're signing under 23 players only, it's very, very hard once Patricio leaves to get that spot, especially when the board were telling us we only had to sign Portuguese players. We had this guy, let me show you the guy who we had lined up. We were going to spend 50 million on him, but the board said no because he wasn't Portuguese. Oh, had it with this borderline racist board. But we managed to persuade him this season to get that out of the vision. It's not part of my vision. It shouldn't be part of this guy here, Norman Brennan. We nearly signed him. We had it in the bag, but the board, let it go. 19 years old, look at that. Look at his stats as well. See his report. Oh. Could have had him. Could have had him in the squad. Instead, we got bloody Dewhurst. But he's alright, Dewhurst, right? Maybe Dewhurst will probably become a backup once we eventually do sign someone like Norman Brennan. Okay, then looking at the schedule, this is how we did. Bit on and off in the pre-season, but no real losses. I don't know, we had 3 friendlies. Why is that? Anyway, smashed Liverpool in the Community Shield. Come on, the lads. A couple of draws to start off the Premier Division was not great. A win, and then a couple of 0-0s. Ooh, dear. One in the Champions League, one against Newcastle away, and one against Southampton, where we went out on penalties. I blame the assistant manager on this one. I can't remember doing these games myself. So we were playing with, so again, just like last season, this would alternate, sometimes a box-to-box, sometimes a Mazzella, depending on if we had a right footer or a left footer, strongest attacking wise in centre midfield. If I'm making no sense, just stop me. Look at much stats here. So we dominated the game with 60% possession, but we didn't really create any clear-cut chances. Drew 1-1 with Man City then, which isn't a bad result. Again, we got the Mazzella playing instead of the centre box-to-box player. So what we found this season a little bit was if our front three do not perform, and we spoke about this last season, if our front three don't perform, generally our team don't win the games. Let's see, 6.6, 6.9, 6.6. Back four did all right, or the back, whatever you call them, 6. But yeah, and then we start turning it on, 2-0, 2-0, 4-1. Okay, lose to Juventus, but hey, it's Juventus. 4-0, 3-1, 2-1, 1-0. So turning it on here now. Still got that Mazzella there, like 8.3, and Haaland, like, if Haaland has a good game, bang, 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 hat-trick. Huddersfield. So towards the start of the season, we were playing with the Mazzella almost every game by the look of it. In fact, if I click load season 5, oh yeah, it does change it slightly, so sorry about that, viewers. I will just have a little look. So Tonali there. Just if you do want to become a patron as well, that's all you've got to do. You just download these tactics and you just click on season 3, 4, 5, and it relates to each video that we've done. So this one, so we've got the Mazzella there. Take more risks, run right with the ball. Okay, so we haven't bought our individual, some of the individuals on the fullbacks, but Neves has still got his individual instructions there. Okay, still got a defensive line high and everything like that. Everything else stays the same, but we just got that Mazzella and a couple of individual. Anyway, couple of 1-0s, bang bang bang. Jose Mourinho did beat Zebra, did beat Juventus then at home. Haaland, of course, with a goal, but not an outstanding performance. Couple more wins. And then this was the killer. So we spoke about Valencia earlier. Remember I mentioned Valencia? Reina went on loan to Valencia, and for some reason he was still allowed to play against our team. Our own team, Wolves, in the Champions Cup. We didn't realise, otherwise we would have recalled him. We could have recalled him. Look, there he was, in the centre. And they beat us 3-1 in the Champions League group. And guess what, folks? They knocked us out. How do I find that? Stages. Oh, stages. Round. Tree. Final. Group stage. What was it? Group C, maybe? Yeah, Group C. Look at that. I can't quite see because my camera's in the way. But is there a way I can get that? So Valencia had 10 points. Juventus had 10 points. Wolves had 10 points. We all had 10 points. We went out on goal difference because of bloody Reina. Reina bloody... let's stop swearing now. Anyway, so we went out of the group stage on goal difference. So that was a shame. So we came back, bet Leicester 1-0. Lost 1-0 to our arch nemesis. Liverpool. Is what it is. Liverpool, a very, very good team. Lost at Old Trafford. Sometimes happens. Johnny was sent off at 37 minutes. And I'm green. Oh, I remember this game. We had a couple of sending offs. It was quite a funny game. Johnny got sent off, or Greeny sent off. So they were both played at left back. So Johnny was playing at left back. Then I had to put in Greeny on at left back because because there we go, because De Holt's got injured. So I put a Greeny on at left back. So that's all our 3 subs then done. And we lose 2-0, 2 red cards. So it's quite funny. Smash Reading 5-1, Tottenham Man City, oof, look at that, 4-1. So the tactic does really do quite well against the big teams, majority of the time, especially when the players perform. Couple of draws though, which we're probably our downfall. Too many draws. We don't mind a couple of losses, but when you're talking about draw, too many draws for us. So that's something we look at next season in terms of tweaking our tactics and scoring more goals. So make sure you tune in next season, because there's one spoiler I can give you: is a lot more goals, loads of them. So look at this, just not enough goals. 0-0, lost 1-0 away. 2-0 Bournemouth are becoming our bogey team, and I don't want to give too many spoilers away for next season, but Bournemouth. Owen Windal. I tell you, this guy here, who we sold to Bournemouth, he's not played, didn't play that game. But this formation that they play as well kills us. Anyway, so he drew to Bournemouth. But then look at this. We had an FA Cup final against Liverpool, and guess what? We won the FA Cup on penalties. Insane. And then we win the second leg against Chelsea at home. Jack Scott, the right back, scores after 90 minutes. But that was okay because... Was that okay before that? Because we were still winning 1-0. So it's fine, but we scored in the 90th minute to go through. But then we come back and we lose to Watford. It's like, oh, what? 3-0. I rested a few players. So I played Catrone, Jota. Yeah, this is when I generally, what I'll do, I'll manage the team in January, and then towards the end of the season. So I'll go on holiday, let the assistant manage the team, like we spoke about how we want to set this up. So we want to kind of delegate a lot of this out in the future. Just come in, sign players, and go on holiday again. So the assistant had done okay. I come in January, I did okay as well, I think. And then I go on holiday, and I come back about April 24th, around my birthday time. And I see that players aren't getting games and they're unhappy, so I have to come in. I have to play Jota, I have to play Catrone, I have to play people like Nick Smith to give them games to help them develop. Veloso as well, who I actually brought back from West Ham in January. But then sometimes it doesn't work because you end up losing to Watford 3-0. Anyway, but what we did do, we bet Liverpool on penalties in the FA Cup final at Wembley. Absolutely smashed it. 23 shots, 12 on target. Very, very tight game. Who scores? Let's have a look. We know it. Erling Haaland scores. And then some penalties. Quite tense. A lot of penalties. 9-8. So that was a good game. And by Jove, the Euro Cup final against PSV in Russia, we won 2-1. We had once we got knocked out of the Champions League, we had quite an easy run. The hardest team we played was Chelsea, to be honest. And we beat them. So, I'm not saying I'm a genius. That's for other people to decide. Here, Haaland had a 7.4. Gelhardt absolutely destroys these finals. Scores after 66 minutes. They come back with a token 91st minute goal. No problem, we lift the trophy. We do the double, FA Cup and Europa League. So while we are happy with that trophy haul, what we're not happy with was our eventual finish in the Premier League. Dropped back down to 4th after doing so well, coming first and then second. But we did win a couple of trophies. So have a little look at our stats here. 121, we drew 12. It's like we spoke about, too many draws. So we address that next season. We look, I don't want to give too much away, but we look at things tactically to score more goals. We only lost 5 games. So goal difference of 39, which is okay, but nowhere near the top 2. Look at Liverpool, goal difference 74. Haaland again had an absolute beast. No player of the year for him this year, unfortunately. No Ballon d'Or for any of the Wolves players, which is unfortunate. But if we have a look at our player stats here, detailed. What's this? Haaland. Top goals, average minute per goal, top shots on target. Blows my mind, that guy. Okay, so thanks very much for watching, guys. That's basically it for oh no, we're gonna have a little look at our, before we go, we'll have a little look at our youth setup. So we still got, because like I say, we should searching Klug. I'm sure that's how you spelled it. Yeah, a lot better. Assistant manager at Tottenham now. Maybe that was the wrong move. But we brought Clivett in just because of the name, to be honest with you. He's done it right. Like, bless him. Poor Clivett. So he'll stay. Head of youth development we spoke about, Dan Ashworth, very, very good. The loan manager is one person who we do not see why he's there, because he couldn't do it. We tried to loan some players out and he couldn't even do it. We had to do it ourselves. So screw him. Under 23s then. Development Centre, under 23s. Let's have a little Scooby-Doo at the squad here. So a very strong squad, but a lot out on loan. So a lot of these are coming down from the first team. Chad Banks, Veloso, these are two players that have been stepping in and playing games. Veloso, obviously, we know about. Very, very good. Ali Smith, insane. We went a bit too heavy with the loans this season. Next season we go very heavy on the loans. So it gives the under-23 manager a bit of a tough job. We came 10th in the under-23 Premier Division, just avoiding relegation. Again, we just loaned out all his players, so we can't expect him to do a great job. What's his name? Tralau, he's got great stats and he does a good job when he's got the players, so that's fine. Under 18 manager, then that's wrong. Sorry. Under 18s manager then is Tom Hart. I think I've got my director of football in charge of hiring and firing the staff for the under 18s, because essentially we don't have a team. I did bring some players in January for the under 18s, actually, specifically for the under 18s. But they swiftly get promoted to the under 21s, to be honest with you. So we're generally not worried about the under 18s, the under 23s, which is the real feeder club for our Wolves team. So that is something that we look at and definitely develop next season. We neglected it a little bit in terms of loaning everyone out to get them experience. Put Tralau under a lot of pressure. So that'd be interesting to show you next time. Guys, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you want our tactics and everything like that, head on over to Patreon. We really do support. We really do appreciate your support. Don't forget to smash a like. Subscribe if you are new. Check out our other videos. Why not? See you soon.